Tribute is outfits.
Tribute is outfits. Covers.
Okay, hold that thought because we're going to go on YouTube too. But you think we're good now? Yeah. Okay. So I also want to say hi at Facebook. We were just talking to you, but I also want to say hi to YouTube out there. What's up, YouTube world? Love you guys so much, and thanks for the continued support. I got a buddy of mine here, a good friend, and an awesome guitar player, guitar teacher, an official guitar teacher, not just someone that comes on and I say teach something, but an official professional guitar teacher,
Yes.
Which you know I have the utmost respect for that.
Yeah, same. Right back at you.
Thank you, sir. And also once again, is Jason Land, you guys.
Hello.
And he has music schools in Southern California, guitar specific.
Guitar specific. That's all we do.
Guitar schools, not internet. I know it's shocking.
Actual face-to-face.
Face-to-face
Yeah.
guitar schools in Southern California called Guitar Ninjas.
Guitar Ninjas. Yep.
And also on top of that, you are a Led Zeppelin aficionado.
Love it. I call myself a Zoso Shadow.
A Zoso-aficionado.
Yes.
Wow, okay. So on top of that, let's play one right now. I'm not the I don't think I can touch you on the Zeppelin, but I'm gonna give it my best shot.
We'll do what we do.
So I'll do if I say, oh, let's see. Oh, you know what? I'm in E flat.
Yikes.
Shoot, sorry.
Take the telly.
Sorry. Yeah, can I?
Yeah, please.
I knew that didn't sound right. What's up, everybody? I'm a professional. Don't mind me. Oops.
Just
All
check,
right.
check that so you make sure it's straight up.
Well, it's definitely better than half step, no matter. Oh yeah, so. Yeah. There we are.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. Okay, I'm getting my bearings. There we go. All right, I'll go into the next part, right? I'll do the first one. Go for it, man. great icebreaker right there. Gonna had to let me just say something. Like before these live streams happen, I've got microphones, multiple cameras because we're streaming to Facebook and YouTube, a mixer, iPad controlling it, gear, a guest coming. So there's like so many things I'm thinking about, and it's not like playing, right?
Right.
It took me like, well, and then when we started to play, I wasn't even have the right tuning. So yes, it's that hat, the producer.
You got to do everything.
Switch to, no, you do everything too. So real quick, just to remind people, because people tune in and tune out. And hey, man, we're doing great on Facebook. That's great.
Cool.
Thank you guys.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, thank you so much. So real quick, I'm here with Jason Land, the guitar player, obviously, guitar teacher, Led Zeppelin sociologist.
Yeah. Whatever you want to call it.
Sociologist, Led Zeppelin aficionado.
Yeah.
And he also has a guitar school called Guitar Ninjas in Southern California, which I would highly recommend. Anyone in the Southern California area, Orange County, Los Angeles,
Yep.
You're looking to take guitar lessons. You have a whole method that you've created.
Oh, yeah.
That I really respect. And we kind of connected. You tell the story how we first connected up. And hopefully we'll be doing more stuff together.
Yeah, no, we'll talk later about it. I actually do have some things coming up. So we connected at the guitar lesson conference, and we have a mutual friend who I said, can you connect me with Marty, and wanted to see if you'd be down to do this crazy idea that I had, and you were super cool enough to say yes.
It was really fun.
Oh man, it was a blast. It was everything that I hoped it would be and more.
Yeah, so we did, Jason put the whole thing together. It was a live experience, kind of near the NAMM show.
Yep.
At a conference
in Anaheim,
room.
California.
Yeah. And you had multiple guitar teachers throughout the whole day.
Yeah. Great players.
Each person took an hour to talk about whatever their, thesis was. You did the Jimmy Page thing that day, right?
I did Jimmy Page, and I did mindset stuff. I really like talking about like guitar player mindset.
Okay, so you have a whole ninja martial arts kind of philosophy. Yeah. I don't know if you knew, but I grew up doing martial arts when I was a kid.
We're gonna give you an honorary black pick. Then.
Thank you. That would be awesome. I just had a little beard hair in my mouth. Okay. These things happen. Now, real quick, we got Brian in the house.
Hello, fellas.
See, it's fun. How are you doing, Brian?
I'm doing great.
Is everything going okay?
Everything's going fantastic.
Are we doing all right with the microphone setup?
I think so, yeah.
I think so, too.
I think we're doing great.
Are you just controlling the volume on the iPad?
I haven't made a change yet because everything sounded fine.
Okay, great.
Rocking and rolling.
What's another awesome one of your? Let's go into, since you're the zoso-eologist. Let's talk about a couple other just like epic, iconic Jimmy Page things, like riffs, songs.
Sure. You want like lessons that people can do? Or
no,
like
you're
riffs?
just play.
Okay, so
some of your favorites.
Well, I mean,
and some of the things that normal guitar player, like for instance, me, like when Tim Pierce was here, he was talking about that little bend with the open drone.
That's probably the most overlooked thing that people do.
And I will admit, in my lesson, I didn't talk about it. So that's one. But yeah, explain that, and then maybe pick a couple other like real, deep cut Jimmy Page things.
Most definitely. Okay, so the first thing you guys were talking about, Tim was showing you last week, is that he does this bend to get the D note in there, but there's a little bit of a rub because you take the A string 5, which is the D note, and you push it up slightly so you can fit the open string underneath of it.
Oh, the open D string.
Yeah. Now, the other thing that people really don't get with that is the feel of it, right? It's not straight. It almost has the swung feel.
Yeah.
So you have to play the riff like that, and the solo the same. But so that would be the first thing, is just really get on your fingertip there, push that 5th fret up a little bit.
Tim Pierce said it was the open E, not the open D. No. I'm digging in with what you're saying.
Yeah, just push it up.
I can hear it. Yeah, I can hear that.
It's the same concept, and the bass does the same thing. If you ever I've seen John Paul Jones talk about this. That's what he does.
Yeah.
So that's one thing for sure. And then one thing I like to show students is in Heartbreaker. A lot of people, there's a picking error that everybody shows it just alternate picking, but it's modified alternate picking. Let me see if I can remember it here. right there.
Yeah.
Okay, on that A,
Yeah.
he goes down, up, down, down, and it just drives the riff. So I'll play the two. Here's with just alternate picking it up. And then you would have your modified. So by doing that extra down in there,
Yeah.
it just punches the riff a little bit more.
What about the solo on Heartbreaker?
Well, the solo is gnarly. Like,
Does he's going wee wee?
yeah,
he's
so
pushing
there's
down on
a
it?
couple tricks.
I'm
to
not
it.
saying play it note for. I mean, whatever. Yeah, it's a couple other things.
I
from
do
it.
the live version.
Okay.
Variations of the live version.
And also, real quick, I saw some Facebook comments saying that the vocals are a little low on Facebook. That's because it's going straight from a phone, you guys. We do have a YouTube option as well, just in case you're trying to, dig into that. But we're good.
Cool. So you want to see the Heartbreaker thing?
Please.
Okay.
Sorry
so-
to interrupt.
Yeah, no
See
worries.
producer again.
So the trick to this is you're going to do 2 pull-offs. So you're going to do a pull-off from 5 to 2, and then 2 to open. And then when he goes to do the kind of swirly thing at the end, he jumps up here to the D. And then you bring your right hand over, and then you take your middle finger and you put it on the underside of the guitar head, and then your thumb grabs the string so you have leverage there, and you kind of do this thing. So it goes like this. Then you hold the last note, and you do vibrato up above the head.
Oh, okay.
Which is really cool.
And then does it go into like the land of A7? Yeah. man,
Yeah.
dude. So killer.
So, can I talk about some of the other pages?
Please,
Very,
please.
very getter.
We're having a great time.
I give.
Oh, and by the
rarely
way,
a chance to talk about this.
this is Jason's Telecaster. This is Jason Land. Check out Guitar Ninjas. Guitar Ninjas on Instagram. And Guitar Ninjas, the school.
Yeah.
In Southern California, guitar school. But real school, where you go in and take guitar lessons with. And I've always said it, even though, that would compete with me. I always say nothing beats having a really good one-on-one personal guitar teacher,
You get to see the learning curves.
Yeah, and there's also a lot of people that have some guitar mentor, guitar teacher, and then they come home and watch some YouTube videos as well on top of what they're learning with a teacher.
You are a legend at my school. So it's become a thing now. So like we have a set curriculum that we teach.
Okay.
And then somebody will come in, like one of the students comes in, Max, and he plays the Bohemian Rhapsody solo.
Oh, nice.
So when somebody comes in, I'll be like, Marty teach you that? He goes, yeah.
Now I know there's
That's a treat.
multiple. That's amazing, man. Thank you for telling me that. It's really it makes me feel awesome. It's an amazing feeling.
No, you're doing good things.
Thanks, man.
Really good things.
Yeah, that threw me off now. I'm too flattered now. What do I do? No, I do have little moments like that where it's like, oh shit, right. That's it's not just sitting here with the three people.
Oh no. It's for sure working. I mean,
Yeah.
almost every one of our students will come in and be like, "Yeah, I learned this," and yeah. I know who taught it.
Yeah,
to
no,
you.
now I remember. I was going to say that, my approach on YouTube is like your friend that, the dude that I wish existed for me. That's just my whole approach. Like
Right.
when I was learning, if I had what I'm trying to do. I mean, so that's my approach. But what I'm saying is, I know that there's lots of different ways to learn, and I'm trying not to create, bad habits with anybody. And if like someone, I'll hear a message, oh, well, my guitar teacher said this instead of that, and I'm always like, well, listen to your guitar teacher. Like, there's different ways to look at things. So,
Of course.
anyway, more Jimmy Page stuff with Jason
Absolutely.
Land.
Yeah.
So you got a couple other nuggets.
Yeah.
I can tell people are really enjoying it,
Oh, cool.
and I know I am, and that's when I know it's good. Is when I'm getting some stuff from it.
So can I explain a little bit where this all came from?
Yes.
I mean, the reason I got into guitar was Jimmy Page. I was 12 or 13 years old, and VH1, when they actually played like music videos and stuff back in the day,
I'm older than you. Yes.
They played.
I remember.
The Song Remains the Same, which is the Led Zeppelin documentary, and they were playing No Quarter. And I just remember seeing Jimmy Page standing there, and all those fogs around him, and he's playing this solo, and I'm like, I must do this. Like, I didn't even play guitar. I was like, that's what I want to do. So I became obsessed with it.
Dude, No Quarter. Brian Smith is he's really quiet right now because he's doing the behind the scenes.
Mhm.
Big time Zeppelin musicologist.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, big time. So
We'll wrap after.
wouldn't you say that what was the one you just said?
Quarter?
No Quarter. Isn't that in the top 5 riffs, Brian?
There's been a lot of requests for it. The thing about Zeppelin and Jimmy Page is like he wrote the riffs that it's like
Defined
it's
the
like
whole thing.
how did someone write that? They should have just always been like they're that.
They're incredible.
Yeah.
They're incredible. So,
Well,
I got like super into just learning it, and then becoming a coach just kind of opened my mind to like how to really learn things, and then I just kept diving in, and then got into a couple of Zeppelin cover bands, and that let me go into all the deep cuts and
Well,
everything.
you got some mannerisms that I'm sure you just can't help.
Oh,
Do you
absolutely.
play it really low?
I used to for like the first 10, 15
I'm talking about
years.
Strap down low.
I used, like the first 10 years or 15 years of my career, I did that, and then I found that it was going against my technique rather than for, and I was more into the music and making it sounding great, so I just raised it up a little bit.
You're
but
fine.
It's still
You're
cool.
fine.
It's still cool.
Yeah. Do
I
you ever
get
do
the
like?
hand
Do you
me-
guys
things
for
down.
fun? Do you ever do like put a gray wig on and like a black sport coat and do the like later
the
the
wizard?
Coverdale?
I tell my
thing?
wife, I'm like, this is what I'll look like in 35, 40 years.
So
That's
do,
the thing.
do some No Quarter, man. I just want to hear it.
Right. So we have.
I mean,
wait a minute.
whatever.
I do the live thing where it's like he grabs that note by itself and does the vibrato on it. And I've modified my left hand, my fretting hand grip significantly by being in Zeppelin bands, where I play with my pinky a lot more, especially on power chords. And I never used to do that, and I don't teach students that. I mean, we show them like the traditional grip. But if you watch Page videos, he's mostly playing like this, and he always has just this grip, and he uses his thumb a lot. And it works with the style. So for the no quarter thing,
that's the thing I've seen players do. Go on.
Sorry. Yeah. So with the no quarter thing, he gets into that A right there, which is 7th fret D string, and does the vibrato. And then for this part, I mean, you could put the bass note in there, but I feel like it modifies the grip. So I just keep it on the 5th and the octave right there. And just get that kind of growling tone.
And I mean, talk about the unsung hero, John Paul Jones.
Oh my gosh.
The underlying grooves, man.
That
unbelievable.
Guy is the unsung hero. I mean,
he really
is amazing. He's the only surviving Zeppelin member that I haven't met yet.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, the only guy I haven't met. I'd love to meet him.
Yeah, he seems more elusive.
Yeah, no doubt.
And does he live in the UK?
I think so.
Yeah.
So
well, because Robert Plant's kind of in the
he's
Austin,
all over the place,
Southwest, and Nashville.
Actually,
Austin.
our mutual friend Ryan, we met Robert Plant together.
Oh, maybe I remember that story.
Man, what a night! That was crazy.
That's never going to be a bad night when you meet Robert.
No.
Basically the greatest front man of all time. So Brian, any other things you're noticing there?
I think 10 Years Gone is the most requested song.
I don't know that one. Sorry to disappoint. Sorry to disappoint people.
No, we're going to change subjects real quick because I'm going to ask about one. Now, tell me about this Telecaster.
Oh man, that's an awesome Telecaster, and it has a lot of sentimental value to me as well. So it is. I got it 5 years ago. It's going on 5.5 years. So it's a custom shop Telecaster, just straight up, but the paint's different, and then the pick guard is metal. Which I thought was super cool. And then it's got this light wash on it. I've never seen another one like this, where it's got this nice light wash on it, so you can see the wood underneath, and then around the edges, especially where you play, you can see it starting to wear off, which I think is really cool. It gives it a lot of character, and I mean, it sounds great. And that was the first non-Gibson guitar I ever got.
And so, what about the Les Paul? Everyone was commenting about that one.
This is a great guitar. So I got this at Imperial Vintage Guitars. This used to belong to Jeff Garland.
Yeah.
And
Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah. So I got it off of him from those guys, and it's a R9 that was made for Chicago Music Exchange. So on the back, on the headstock, you can see it says CME. So that's Chicago Music Exchange, and it's actually pretty light for a Les Paul. When I picked it up, I was really taken back because I thought this is like half the weight of a Les Paul, because I have two others. And I just love the finish on it, and it really plays.
It's a great Led Zeppelin guitar.
You have to have
now
it.
A lot of people, I mean, especially people that only dabble in Led Zeppelin, probably don't realize that he started with a Telecaster.
That's why I have the Tele.
I know, I know that.
Yeah.
Maybe some may not know.
The Tele and then the Tone Bender. I mean, you get great sounds.
Yeah.
That.
So when did he? And then there's a story. I saw a thing where Joe Walsh talked about how he gave
him the Les Paul. Yeah.
Gave him one of his 59s or something.
It was either the 59 or 60. He has two.
And that became Jimmy Page's #1.
Yeah.
What a story.
Yeah.
What a story. And then that really defined the sound after that.
No doubt about it. I mean, and then he started getting into all the coil tapping, and then having that balance of single coil humbucker sound.
Okay, so I want to hear from you guys. Keep the Zeppelin requests coming, and we'll see if we can get one of the more popular ones. But Good Times, Bad Times, that's a good one. Rock and Roll is a good one.
Good also.
How about both? Yeah, you don't have to play the whole thing, but I'm refreshing my memory on it.
Okay, cool. So Good Times, Bad Times. Again, I also use the pinky grip on this, and it's Okay, so there's two tricks with that.
those riffs, man. They're amazing.
They're classic. So the picking on this is pretty crazy. What's most important is the vibrato right there.
Okay.
And then making sure that you use the right finger so that you can get back into that E chord.
Yeah.
Because the thing with Page is it's you want it to be as have as much flow as possible.
Yeah.
Because he was all about the groove. I mean,
Yeah,
if you listen,
yeah.
like really studied like the feel of his playing, it's feeding off the bottom, which is all behind the beat.
Yeah.
So he doesn't want to be doing it like crazy technical stuff. I mean, it's all just like right there and
Gotcha.
about like delivering. And now another thing with this tune, I've seen this part done two ways. So in my opinion, the best Jimmy Page knowledge player is Mr. Jimmy. You ever heard of Mr. Jimmy? He plays in Jason Baum's band.
Okay.
Okay, and this guy is amazing.
Okay.
So
And looks like him too, or
he's Asian, but he looks just like him.
Okay.
It's crazy. Guys, super crazy. He's at my school. It's wild. So anyway, I've seen him do.
Brian, sorry, you can plug these in with if you need it.
So I've seen him do this down up thing.
Yeah.
Where most people go. Right. So if you do the up, it brings out the brightness on the second strum, which is what Page would do.
Yeah.
Because Page is an artist, like an actual artist.
Yeah. Okay.
So you want to get as much texture in the sound as possible. So when you're playing this riff, you could just go. Or if you just by doing that up strum at the end and kind of strumming back towards the bridge and doing the pull up, it just brings it.
And he does do
and then
a
you
lot
get to,
of that.
You do the
sexy
surfing
stuff.
thing.
Yeah.
Exactly. So there's that one, the Good Times Bad
And he
Times.
also he's pretty good at the
duck
squinty
face.
duck
The duck
lips.
face.
Yeah, duck face. Yeah.
Which I can't find where he got that from. I like doing the research of like.
Oh yeah.
So he does the duck walk on stage from Chuck Berry.
Okay.
Like definitely have seen that. So it's just who knows where the facial expressions come from, but practicing in the mirror. for
Yeah,
years and
right.
years and years. And then I mean rock and roll is just
show that classic lick right there. I was like paraphrasing in my mind like what it sounded like, but I wasn't playing it right. But he does like to use that six.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That I know. That's how I was faking it, but.
Okay, so that's the riff. It's a classic Jimmy Page riff,
Oh, yeah.
which is just a classic Eric Clapton
Three finger school right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So you have the E right here, which is the B string 5 to the B string 8, and then it's going to go hammer on, pull off, and then hit 7th fret G, which is your D note.
My fingers are pretty short, man, so that I'm always going. But that's not his way. But.
No, it depends on the tour. You know, he may have done it with the finger, but I've always found it easy to do with the third. And what I'll do to keep it clean is I'll take finger 2 underneath the pick.
Okay.
And I keep it on the E string so that it doesn't get messy.
ring out.
Right. So it's just like right hand, picking hand, the heel of your hand's covering the top 3 strings to make sure it's all clean there.
Okay, yeah.
And then finger 2 is underneath. And it's double tracked, right? But
right.
Yeah. And then, so while we're on that topic, the heartbreaker thing is very close to that. Okay, so what he's doing there is going down that 7th fret, right? And then going
So he's
to.
going.
Yep. Some people do the pull up.
And then going to the 7 on the B.
Yep. Yeah.
Like that?
You got it. And the thing with Page is that his technique changed throughout the course of his career, right? And if you listen to a lot of the later live recordings, some people say they're sloppy, and I can hear like where it is like a little sloppy, but it's just the technique has changed.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
like it's a different approach and it's a different mindset, and they're more about like being present. You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's about the vibe.
Okay.
Which is super cool. Where like the early Zeppelin stuff was just precision.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Really cool.
I like. Is it from Zeppelin 1? Is the. Is that groove me, rock me?
That's good times, bad times. How many more times?
Oh, that's what that's called.
Yeah. How many
Oh,
more
okay.
times? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I love that riff. That is Led Zeppelin 1, right?
Totally. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, play because then it goes da 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 da.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
I'll show it to people.
Yeah,
So
please.
So you have it's all in E. So you have the open E, and then you have the 7th fret of the A string, and then the 5th fret of the A string. So then you cross over here with the 3rd finger, and you come back to 7 of the E string, and then back to 5 of the A, and that's where you kind of get that bend thing that we were doing before, right?
Oh,
And
right.
You give it just a little bit to make it sound cool. Maybe a little vibrato on that.
Yeah,
Keep
gotcha.
going, sorry. 3, 4. Then, so you got D and A there.
Yeah,
right? And
gotcha.
This is the thing where we're talking about the page grip earlier, where again I'll use the pinky finger, but you could use your 3rd finger right there.
Page grip number 1.
It's true.
Guitar ninjas.
That's level 4.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. And then you go into your A, so it's an A over E, so you're playing it
Oh,
like
he's got
this.
these low.
That's what I do. And it's just all for the grip.
Sorry. I was too focused on trying to remember the riff still.
All good.
It's
Sound
not
cool.
super fresh. Oh no, they have another one. Don't they have one called Groove Me or Rock Me or something like that? So it's more of like a something like that.
We're gonna groove.
Yeah, We're Gonna Groove. That's the one I was thinking
yeah.
of.
I how's it?
It's a groove. Is that Zeppelin one too?
It's off of Coda.
Coda.
It was
okay.
recorded. It was recorded like
Sounds
right in the
old.
like the 69, 70 area. So between 1 and 2. But that was their show opener. That was their
Yes.
their show opener and like the second and third tours. And they recorded it and released it on Coda.
It's more of a kind of funk rock.
Yeah, no,
I mean, it's got a groove.
Yeah.
And that's why they call it that, I guess.
Yeah, and it uses the Hendrix
Go
chord.
figure.
Yeah.
Hendrix
I'm
chord.
thinking, Boogie with Stu.
Boogie with Stu?
It's possible that's what you're thinking.
No, I'm thinking this one because I used to play it.
Yeah.
I used to play We're Gonna Groove back when I lived in Santa Fe, New Mexico. And then the San Diego, there's an amazing band that doesn't play that much anymore called Super Unloader.
Mm-hmm.
And super talented power trio, very Zeppelin-esque.
Mm-hmm.
But back in the 90s and early 2000s, they would do they're called Super Unloader, but they would do a Super Unleaded night.
Oh, sweet.
And they would just do all Zeppelin. And so I did one time. I played as the second guitar
Oh, yeah.
and harmonica, and we played that one. And that was just one of those ones that it's not one of their like most popular songs.
No, not at all.
And I just really like it.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's funky. You know?
Funky, yeah, and I like the funk.
Yeah.
Okay, real quick, I'm gonna give a couple shout outs, and then we'll do one more. And Ozzy Farrow says, "Where's the pub? Are you gonna get a bite with us afterwards since you drove all the way down?
Yeah. Yeah. most
Maybe
definitely.
one beer
One beer.
times 2 or so."
We're in the motherland,
We got a
yeah.
designated driver.
Yeah,
so-
no, we're good.
Okay, so real quick, just some shout outs, and also people that are tuning in on YouTube. You guys, thanks again for supporting Marty Music. You guys really appreciate it. And even more awesome is guys like Jason Land who are out there front lines teaching people guitar. And so his guitar school is called Guitar Ninjas, and it's in Southern California, LA, and Orange County area. And I highly recommend it for anyone looking for guitar lessons.
Appreciate that.
As long as you still have YouTube. Bing.
There's got to be
Wink,
the
wink.
balance. There's the balance.
And also, real quick, you have a podcast. That
Yes. It's going to be released in the next 2 weeks, but you can subscribe on Facebook or on iTunes. Now it's called Musician Mindset Podcast. That's the handle you can check out. But the show is called Musician Mindset. We've interviewed, my co-host Dave Johnstone and I have interviewed some incredible musicians, singers, drummers, piano players, guitarists. Our friend Nomad was on the show.
Yeah,
Hopefully we'd love to have you on the show
Thanks,
in the future.
man. I would do it. And so I
Yeah.
met Nomad through you.
Yeah, no, great dude. Super talented. So anyway, that's a podcast you can check out, and we talk about their practice habits. How they think about music, how they prepare for shows. Not so much like the actual physical playing, but like what goes on upstairs. That's something I'm really interested in.
Yes.
So there's been some great conversations. So Musician Mindset Podcast, you can check that out.
Musician Mindset. I'm just, I was listening, but
Yeah,
I
of
was
course,
looking, at the wonderful
Multitasking.
people that are watching, and people really had a great time today.
Oh, I appreciate it. No,
Yeah, I appreciate you coming,
down.
man. I'd love to have you back.
Yeah, no, most definitely.
I know you're very busy as well. Robin Wildcat Anglin, you're always wonderful, and thank you. Sean Griffin said we earned the beers. Joshua Norco, I'll drink a beer to this live stream. Thank you, Josh. Jeffrey Hagen Sr., thank you. Simon Darnley Zanders. We're going to do one more, don't worry. David Brunstein says, nice to meet you, Jason.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Bill Fitch, Hume Hawkins. He said, yes, great guest.
Cool, thank you.
Sergio Luna, great jam. Jimmy Royale says, hey, Marty, did Jason make a deal with the devil?
Depends on who you ask.
Doug Nichols, Jeffrey Hagen Sr., Ron Geritz, Jonathan McCann, Victor Carmargo, thank you so much. Jeremy Human, Joshua Norco again, thanks. Okay, a few more. John Grote, Tony Decker, Jeff Party. Yeah, that's a cool name. Pardee.
Oh, man.
You know that guy, rocked.
We gotta meet this guy.
Yeah, Jeff Party. Colin McQuillan, Stephen Morales, Jeremy Human, again, yes. Jason Bolish, so nice of you. One of my old mentors, Craig Neal, but I'm old too. I don't mean old, but I mean one of my mentors, Craig Neal. Love you, man. I hope you're doing well. He's in Santa Fe. I've just mentioned Santa Fe. Vernon Fisher, Jason Graham, Tim Johnson, Michael De Peralta, Jeremy Lashway. Nice to hear from you. This jam went to 11. Eric Schwartz. Thank you, Mr. Schwartz. May the Schwartz be with you. Haha, I got to say that to someone else finally. You know how my life was when that movie came out. Okay, we're gonna do one more. I'm thinking, can we try Bring It On Home? I mean, I think I know.
Let's do it.
I think I
Yes.
know. I think I know it. I'll follow you.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely. Let's do this. Harmonica, no harmonica.
No, because I'd have to find the right
it.
key, so I don't want to waste people's time. But I'll fake it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Watch out, watch out. Oh, yeah.
Stick to the riff. Same thing. Yes. Thanks again Super
to
fun.
Jason Land. Check out Guitar Ninjas, and would love to have you back. He
Definitely.
promised that he's going to come back for a gear video and bring your double neck.
Double neck's coming. Yep.
Double neck, is
Yeah.
it the double neck SG red thing?
Yep, yep.
Okay. Good.
Jimmy
I've
Page
never
deal.
never had one of those on Marty Music, so
Oh, we're gonna have one.
can't wait. So
Yeah.
Guitar Ninjas, Jason Land, Marty Music, every Saturday at 1 o'clock. I did see a couple comments next Saturday. Papa Stash, Brett Papa is going to be here, so that's great. And I would like to thank Brian behind the scenes for.
Thanks, Brian.
He worked pretty hard today, actually. He was
He
really
did.
paying a lot of
Yeah.
attention today.
You guys groove on too. I saw it.
Yeah. So thanks again, you guys, and we'll see you real soon.
Thanks, Marty. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man, that was